Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for coming to our presentation about the Shiny package in R. My name is Ella, and I'm here with my teammates Ellie, Ben, and Andy to tell you more. So our hypothesis is that the R package Shiny allows web apps to be created that helps users visualize and interact with large amounts of data, especially concerning COVID-19 vaccinations in the US. So first of all, what is Shiny? It's a package that allows you to build interactive web apps from R without knowledge of CSS, HTML, or JavaScript. So it's really useful for a lot of different areas. You can launch the app either on the Shiny server on the web, or you can launch it inside a package that you create.
Now I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the available functions. These are just a few of the main ones, but there are several more variations that you can do to display your application differently. So starting off with the user interface layout, you can use the nav list panel function, and this provides a list of links on the left. And then you can also include headers to your app with this function. And then with the user interface inputs, you can use slider input, which constructs a slider widget. You can create a submit button, and you can use the update date input which changes the date or the value of a date. And then the user interface outputs. So you can use the plot output function, which creates a plotter image. And this can be used to clearly illustrate your data. You can create a download button to initiate a browser download when clicked. And then with bookmarking, you can use the bookmark button to bookmark or share links, and enable bookmarking, which can be used with URL, and this encodes all of the relevant values in a URL. And then you can use the run app or stop app functions. And this offers a really flexible option to change the value or the behavior of the app without changing the data file itself. And then with plot interaction, you can use click ops and hover ops, which generate an object representing click or hover options.
Some of the advantages of Shiny include that it's really easy to use, and it has a simple interface using sliders and buttons to help analyzing data is super simple. And another advantage here is that sharing is super applicable to businesses here when they want to incorporate maybe cloud computing to help work in real time within those teams. Another application that RStudio has is shinyapps.io, which is a free service and kind of incorporates a cloud service to make it applicable for businesses that want to work in larger teams. Also, the visualization piece is really applicable to businesses who are looking for a way to have these visual representations incorporating algorithms and displaying only the visual parameters that they're looking for. And R is also really good with machine learning and has other functions that incorporate with that. And Shiny does a great job of working together with those machine learning applications to help produce visuals. And then to some of the general disadvantages of Shiny, there is the ability to scale the program very well. So even though there is an additional cost there. So another issue that we might see with Shiny is that R has a tough time pulling from apps that display multiple pages. So if this is something that a business has to deal with, Shiny might not be the best. Also, if multiple calculations are being done at the same time to help produce more complex types of visuals and graphs, this is something that Shiny has trouble with. And then lastly, Excel or Tableau also do a really good job and do not require coding. So they produce some competition for Shiny.
Absolutely. So now that we know a little bit about Shiny, I think it's time to move on to our example. So it shows Shiny in action. So as we can see here from our R script, the example we chose was to create 4 different graphs pertaining to different COVID-related things in Minnesota. And using this short 20 lines of code, we were able to create a Shiny app that allows us to open this in the browser. And again, this is without any HTML, CSS, or JavaScript. And here's the interactability. As we can see up here in the top left corner, we're able to choose from 4 different graphs: total people vaccinated, vaccinations for 100 people, daily vaccinations, and finally, total vaccines distributed. And as we know, having a web browser is a lot more accessible as well as transferable when compared to an R script. So you can reach a lot larger audience, as everybody knows how to use a web browser rather than an R script. And with that, we'd like to thank you for watching our presentation.